Not only was Lincoln spiritual and intelligent, he was also a heck of a speechwriter. He wrote his own speeches, and it is said that his famous Gettysburg Address wasn't even the best one. Rumor has it that the speech Lincoln made to the Illinois Republican Convention on May 29, 1856 was his best, but it was either so impelling that nobody remembered to take notes, or it was so controversial that nobody was allowed to print them. Either way, no record of it exists. Lincoln said he was still a Christian. He didn't, however, feel it necessary to subscribe to a particular brand of Christianity. Though many different sects tried to claim him, Lincoln was 100% non-denominational. He never joined a church, didn't say grace before meals, and spoke on a more spiritual level, rather than religious. He did read the Bible quite often, and did have a highly developed spiritual governance. When asked if he thought the Lord was on the side of the North in the Civil War, Lincoln responded, "I am not at all concerned about that, but it is my constant anxiety and prayer that I and this nation should be on the Lord's side." In the weeks before his death, Lincoln was extremely melancholy. He had seen portents of his own death, and had been dreaming of death as well. On one occasion looked in the mirror and saw a double reflection, one image much paler and blurrier than the other. He told his wife that he thought it meant that he had survived his first term, but wouldn't survive his second. The week prior to his death, Lincoln had a dream of hearing crying in a distant room of the White House. He sought out the room and found that it had a coffin in it. He asked the weeping person who had died, and the person responded that it was the president. In his dream, Lincoln looked into the coffin and saw himself. Read more in The Psychic Life of Abraham Lincoln. You didn't think we'd leave it out, did you? There are some pretty bizarre coincidences between Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. Here are a couple. Both were shot in the head with one bullet on a Friday. Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846, Kennedy in 1946. Lincoln's successor, named Johnson, was born in 1808. Kennedy's successor, also named Johnson, was born in 1908. Lincoln was 6'4", making him our country's tallest president. That of course raises the question, who was our shortest president? Fourth President James Madison stood a stately 5'4", making him an entire foot shorter than Honest Abba, even without his hat.